Hello and welcome to 27 Not Out, your main channel for the latest updates on games and events in the amateur cricket leagues from the Northwest Province. The 50 over format has officially come to an end in the Northwest Premier League for the year 2021, which will be continued in January 2022. So that means that we're at the halfway stage of the season, and if the first half is anything to go by, we're in for a crack of a second half. We've seen the league go from 8 teams in the previous season to 12 in the current season. This edition has seen 4 new clubs from the lower league step up to compete with the big boys. And despite their struggles in adapting, we've seen glimpses of quality in their run so far, which they are sure to build on in the coming year. This past weekend hosted the last round of fixtures for the year, and teams were eager to end off the year on a high note. We were at Witrand Cricket Ground to bring you the big game between the town boys Potch Dorp 1, who hosted Impala as their long-time rivalry continued. Here's how the log stood before Matchday 7.
Artlist.io.
The visitors travelled without their main captain, Willy Mostert, which left the experienced all-rounder Philip Sneeman to fulfill the captain's duties for the day. Dorp, on the other hand, missed a few of their senior players and as a result gave a couple of their juniors a run in this highly anticipated clash. Potch Dorp captain JP LaRue lost the toss for the 8th time this season, but this time not to his detriment, as Impala elected to bat first, which is what Dorp would have preferred on this evergreen pitch and slightly cloudy conditions. With a chance to overtake their opponent to go second on the log, Impala looked to put on a big score that they could defend with a player short.
Artlist.io.
Everywhere I go, the people really wanna know who I is and who I be. They stop and stare when they see me. If I said it once, no need to repeat. Run up on me, watch you fall to your knees. Tip my hat when it's time for the kill. Ain't no beast when you're really real. I am the boss, I am the Don, I am the one they call Lucky Charm. Got my own shit, I don't need your farm. Life was so hard.
Music licensing reimagined.
Ain't we sturdy and still when I plant my feet. Got it out the melon, now it's racks in my sleep. Look to God, He supplies my needs. Endless faith is what brought me next level prosperity. Silent power moves is what I'm giving. They love to hate the world they can't live in. Always present for the high roads. Go swim within the deep lows. What told the future? Who knows? I don't do it for the likes, I do it for the love. Do it for the ones who really need a hug.
Potch Dorp captain JP LaRue shared the new ball with the first team debutant Casper du Plessis and got an early breakthrough in the 3rd over, getting the wicket of Jonathan Dutton caught at point by Erling Bernard for 5 runs. On came the informed Mohamed Bulbulia, who scored 91 in the previous game against Geek Academy. It was quiet going until LaRue dropped Bulbulia from his own bowling in the 7th over. But that didn't cost Dorp much, as du Plessis eventually got Bulbulia's wicket in the next over, caught behind by Herman Prinsloo. Du Plessis wasn't done, as he trapped opener Sammy Barbrain out LBW for 2 in the same over. The first bowling change came in the 10th over when Pieter Wild got Impala's leading run scorer this season, Ferdi Sneeman, out in another LBW for 5, which put Impala in some trouble at 34 for 4. At the crease was the dangerous pair of Stian Swanepoel and standing captain Philip Sneeman, looking to rebuild the innings and start a meaningful partnership. They seemed to be steering their team to drinks when Christopher de Freitas bowled Swanepoel out with a straight and full delivery for 16. That wicket would lead to drinks break, with Dorp in control, subjecting Impala to 68 for 5 after 15.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
The home team picked up where they left off after drinks, courtesy of Peter Wild getting the big wicket of Snyman, who was caught by an alert Zian Diakhar at gully for 23 off 20, a promising innings with majority of the runs coming from boundaries. Dorp were now in the lower order of Impala's lineup and looking to wrap it up before they could build any momentum. De Freitas got his second wicket, dismissing Johan Kukamur before JP van Jaarsveld and Croxford built a 41-run partnership that came mainly from the introduction of spin. Van Jaarsveld mostly watched Croxford attacking the spinners Zian Diakhar and Van Zyl Smith with much success from the non-striker's end, contributing 2 boundaries from his 22 deliveries. They were starting to form a frustrating partnership when they misjudged a single and had their partnership broken by a run out, Van Jaarsveld being the victim. The last batsman, Stembile Badi, saw little use in hanging around and helped his partner Croxford with back-to-back boundaries of his own from Diakhar's over before he got bowled by Van Zyl Smith at the other end, leaving Croxford on a well-played 42 not out, making him the top scorer for Impala. Dorp had restricted their rivals to a low 135, a score that they would back themselves to chase on their home ground. Du Plessis, Wild and De Freitas all came out with 2 wickets apiece on a fairly easy day at the office.
Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined. Artlist.io. Music licensing reimagined.
Potch Dorp began their innings displaying their scoring intent, hitting 2 boundaries off the first over from Stembiso Badi, mixed with intense running in between the wickets. The opening pair of Christian Bester and Van Zyl Smith did well to put pressure on Impala's fielders, turning 1s into 2s and 2s into 3s. Hitting boundaries regularly with the help of frequent loose deliveries from Impala's bowlers, Dorp looked well on their way to earning a bonus point. They reached their 50 in the 9th over and continued to march on to the victory line. Christian Bester was more of the aggressor between the 2 openers and brought up his 50 to his teammates' appreciation. Impala's bowlers threw everything at it but could not find a breakthrough, leading Dorp to a sensational 10-wicket win in 15.5 overs. Van Zyl Smith finished not out 4 runs shy of his half-century, while Bester finished not out on 75 from 49, hitting 10 boundaries and a 6. Dorp got the bonus point and end the year off at 2nd place. Meanwhile, Impala suffered their 2nd defeat of the season, still with a game in hand and still very much with a shot at the playoffs that will take place after the round-robin fixtures. I got to interview the top scorer of the day, Christian Bester, after the game. However, due to the strong wind, his responses were not audible. Here's a summary of what else went on around the Northwest in the Premier League. At the Fani du Toit Sports Ground, defending champs Northwest University 1 beat Potch Dorp's 2nd team by 165 runs to continue their winning streak. Heinrich Pieterse fell 3 runs short of a century, while captain Chris Brits played another undefeated knock of 89 to lead his team to a heavy total of 367. Neil van Vieren led the response for Dorp, scoring 77 from 69, while speedster AJ Jacobs ripped through the rest of the batting lineup, earning himself a 5-wicket haul. At the Ibi's Oval, Coach Peter's undefeated team maintained their perfect run against Northwest University's 4th team Colts, to head into the festive break remaining the only team yet to lose a match in the league. Conrad van Dijk and in-form Carlo Erasmus contributed half-centuries to help EB set a good total of 271 for 8. In their response, Colts gave it a try but fell 78 runs short of their target, with Corne Viljoen playing a patient and resilient innings for 66 before losing his wicket. Sitembi Semutise played a cameo of 30 but wasn't backed by the rest of his teammates to get close enough for a win. In Klerksdorp, league newcomers Travelling Reefs won their first game of the season with a bonus point, beating Ikageng by a huge 215 runs. CJ Ferreira added to his season tally as the standout batsman for the hosts, scoring 65, while Divan Mini also reached his milestone. Kyle Monesa was the standout bowler for Ikageng, getting a worthy 4 wickets from his expensive spell, and 16-year-old leg spinner Caden Seleka managing 2 wickets of his own in a tough day at the office that saw the home team posting 374. Boitumelo Ditile top scored for the visitors with 32, and captain Johnny Kyakana chipped in with 26. However, neither innings caused any worry for the home team as they bowled out Ikageng for 159 all out. The remaining 2 games were not played due to the Geek Academy and Mafikeng forfeiting and missing out on an opportunity to earn some points. In the log standings, EBs remained the only side unbeaten as they maintained their 8-point gap with another win this weekend against Colts. Potch Dorp go into the festive break comfortably at 2nd. Taurus and NWU are level on points, although NWU have a game in hand and a better net run rate, which gives them the edge and sits them at 3rd. Impala slipped from 3rd to 5th with a loss against Dorp 1. Travelling Reefs rise to the middle of the table with a bonus point win over Ikageng, escaping the bottom 4 position for the first time this season. Ikageng slip into the bottom 4 with Mafikeng, Ramblers and Geek Academy, who are the only team yet to register a win this season since losing to Ramblers. That's it for the 50-over format this year. The rest will continue in January of 2022. Until then, have a lovely festive season and keep your wicket.
Music license.